What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. A little over 1 month ago, through the power of TikTok and Twitter, I discovered a talented, propitious, and very promising music artist from Oakland, California, who goes by the artist name of Nito. The discovery of Nito introduced me to his 2021 debut album, Tears in the Rain. I was blown away upon the first listen of the album and instantly became inspired to sit with the album and write a review on it. Only as I got through a couple of more listens, I began to construct questions I would ask Nito if I ever got the chance to interview him, which then led me to ask myself, what if I could interview him? I reached out to Nito, and with such kind and professional etiquette, Nito was welcoming to the idea. And so, after some communication and planning, we did the thing. I hope you enjoyed listening to the interview as much as I enjoyed partaking in it with a young MC. Also, I won't ask for you to like this video or subscribe to my channel, but I will ask of you to show this young man some love and give his music some of your time. There is an array of heartfelt message and concept in his work, and you won't be let down.
What's up, dude?
We good?
Yeah.
You can hear me a little bit better? Or?
Nah, yeah, hella better, bro.
Sweet. Better. Sorry about that, man. It was the room I was in. I was upstairs in my usual room, and I don't have too good of a connection up there, bro.
Nah, me too, bro. My shit was. That's why I went on the laptop, because this shit was bugging, bro.
Right. All right, we're good now. We should be all right. I'll try to only take 30 minutes of your time, bro. That's it. Nothing more.
That's all good.
I don't want to drag it on. Just some questions that I wrote down and would like to ask you. Just from the start, bro. Just a little bit surface level info about who you are and what you're out here doing.
Shit. Well, I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Primarily a rapper, but I produce, engineer,
a
whole lot of stuff. But I'm from Northern California, Oakland, California to be exact, the Bay Area.
Nice.
I've been making music for about, I want to say, since I was 13. I'm 20 now.
Damn.
But I still got a long way to go. You already know.
Bet.
Yeah. I want to progress a lot so far. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I can definitely hear it in your music, man. You sound like you got your head on. You got a good head on your shoulders, and I mean, it comes through to the music you're creating. I want to tell you that right off from the bat.
Sure, I appreciate it, bro.
I'll just work with me here. This is my first time I do this, bro. I
haven't done an interview in it.
You haven't done one yet, bro? No, for real?
I've done one, but not. It's been a while, bro.
Bet. Okay, man. Sounds good, man. Just bear with me, all right?
We'll work on it.
Yeah. So, though, I ran on your website, when I first discovered you through TikTok, and I'll get into that a little bit later, I noticed your name Nito, and it wasn't until I got onto your website that I figured out how you came up with that name. Is it something that you already had working, or is it just something that kind of came up out of nowhere for you?
The name, right?
Yeah.
Kinda, because like growing up, they always call me Juanito.
Yeah.
Like my friends and everything.
Yeah.
Like my name is Juan and everything, but like I was like, man, what could I make it that? Because I know like there's a lot of artists called Juan.
Yeah.
And even though there's a decent amount of artists still called Nito, I was like, maybe Nito is a little bit more unique.
Yeah.
So then I thought about that. I was like, because I wanted to be true to myself. I don't want to make because my old rapper names were like Overkill. It's like some East Coast killer shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some Ghostface killer shit.
Yeah.
Like, but I didn't want to be like a typical rapper.
Okay.
When it comes to the names.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, let me put like, I see J. Cole. That's like an abbreviation of his name. Kendrick Lamar is his full name. I was like, oh, let me turn a nickname to my artist name. That's where I got Nito,
Bet. Was it something that kind of like, it just kind of happened, or did it kind of like just, you had to work with it for a while, or?
At first, it was kind of weird. Because I've never been called Nito. Yeah. It was always Juanito.
Yeah.
So then people are like, oh, Nito. And then sometimes it clicks and sometimes it doesn't have to explain it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
For you told me, it clicked for you. But
yeah.
At first it's kind of weird, but once you stick with it, it's kind of like
No, same reason, because I'm from Mexican Hispanic descent también. So when I saw it, I was like, shit, okay, I get it now. It works. It's a play.
Yeah, definitely.
So all right, I heard you started rapping at the age of 13, as you mentioned, because that was like the first question that I had in my mind after I finished listening to your album, bro. I was like, the first thing I was like, how long has this kid been rapping? Because it just it honestly. It caught me off guard, and it blew me away, man, on first listen. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So, you started this at the age of 13, you said?
Yeah. I started writing at 13. And recording on a little PS4 mic.
Oh shit.
It was hella shit, but
we start somewhere, man. Everyone starts somewhere, but that's that's what makes the journey that more special, I think.
Yeah, because I didn't record until I was like a sophomore.
Yeah.
In high school, so I want to say maybe 14, 15, so maybe 2 years later.
Yeah.
And then I started like really like making my sound when I was a freshman in college.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, because like I used to do like all types of shit. Because like I used to listen to X, Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
I was listening to Eminem, Kendrick, Jake. I was like on a whole different thing. I was just all over the place. Then I was like, all right, what do I like the most then? What music that I like listening to, you know?
Yeah, and
that's how I kind of got my sound, you know?
Okay. And this was at the age about where you kind of started.
Yeah, taking it serious, you know?
Yeah.
Because I was like dabbling in a whole different things when I was starting up.
Yeah, that's good, man. But I think that makes sense because I think we all go through that stage when we're young. Like we have different vibes, we get into different music. It just kind of, I mean, at the end of the day, it kind of it's gonna stick with us, but it makes us who we are. You know, it leads us on to who we're gonna become.
Yeah, of course.
One of the things for me as a hip hop listener, bro, and appreciator of lyrics, I always wonder in what form of writing most rappers like to partake in. You know, like is either a notepad on the phone or is it like a traditional notepad? For you, what is it?
Well, it's not like a set thing for me at least.
Okay.
Because I know a lot of rappers that I know, they just go in the booth, they just rap line by line. You know, they punch in.
Yeah.
But for me, it's kind of like what I'm feeling. Because like when I make a song, I produce most of my things. You know.
Yeah.
So I make the beat, add a few things. Maybe a couple of days later, I'll catch something. Okay. Or sometimes when I'm making it, I actually catch something. That's when I'm like writing or something. But sometimes I just get in the booth and whatever comes out comes out. Like February 20th, that was like that. Sacrifices were like that.
Yeah.
I just like went in the booth. Not a freestyle, but like, you know,
it came in its own. It just kind of happened.
Exactly. It just spilled out of me. But on the other hand, there's songs where I write on my phone. And sometimes it's funny because like the ones that you think about the most while you're writing, you're just right there.
Yeah.
You probably run through a line thousands of times.
Yeah.
And sometimes those are not the best ones because I think the reason that happens is because you overthink it.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're in the booth, it just comes out how it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. That makes a lot of sense, bro. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And
it kind of varies, you know?
Yeah. But I don't think there's either wrong. You know, either way, I think it's pretty good, right? You mentioned February 20th came to be like that. Just it fruition on its own.
The second half, at least. The first half was a little written.
Yeah.
Which I think is the weaker side, ironically. Damn. But the second half, it was like, you know, because it was actually like the day my friend passed.
Oh shit, man.
So it just kind of just spilled out of me, you know?
Yeah. Oh man.
I
mean, you mentioned the second half is a strong one to you, but I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna bring that up later on down the road once we dived into your album. To me, that beat switch and once that second part hits, I felt that, bro. Like that was some awesome stuff that you did there. Bro.
I think without that song, the whole album doesn't. You know,
you don't think it's
like
complete?
The whole album was like a product of that. You know, like the experiences. Like it's almost like a time capsule. How I was feeling around that time. You know.
Bet. Let me see what I got written down right here.
It's all good.
So when you mentioned, you know, that you have some of the verses written, do you does it come like naturally for you now that you've been doing this for like a good 6 years, I want to say, or is this still kind of like a thing where you have your days where you're just locked in and others where you're not so locked in?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like with a lot of things. Like growing up, I used to draw a lot, you know, because I'm still into like graphic design. Like I'm just a creative person, you know what I mean? And I've come to learn to like not force it, because when you force it, that's when you start getting low quality shit, you know? Oh, can I cuss?
No, you're good, bro.
That's good for sure. But yeah, I feel like if you force it, because I've been burnt out. I want to say I'm getting out the phase. Yeah. But like it's been like a cool month where I've been burnt out. Like I couldn't write. Like I write, but it's nothing that I like. You know?
Is it just kind of like writer's block?
Exactly. It's exactly what it is. Like you don't have the creativity that you usually do. Yeah. So sometimes you just got to get out of your box and take something do something that you don't usually do. And I'm slowly getting out of it by doing features. I find that features is a good way to get out of that writer's block, because you're kind of testing yourself, you know? And you got pressures, you got deadlines, so you kind of have to do it, you know?
Yeah, you get locked in. You just have that gear. That's interesting you bring that up, bro, because I think a lot of days now, and, you know, you mentioned J. Cole, he has a thing where fans are like, hey, when you have J. Cole on a feature, it's like he comes with it. So is that, like you said, like it makes sense. You said you get locked in, and it's kind of like, oh, that writer's block goes out the window.
Yeah, and it's kind of like not a competitive thing, but it's like, oh, they're going on, so I gotta go on. You know what I mean?
Come with it, right? It's hip hop, exactly. Man. I definitely, I know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah, you gotta have the strongest verse in the song, bro. You know how it goes.
Yeah. It's part of the competitive nature, right? It's just what it is. Yeah, nothing wrong with that, man, and nothing personal.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as writing your lyrics, do you have like a specific process for you that helps you when you are in this writer's block, or is it just kind of like you just let it? I guess you did kind of answer it. You mentioned that you kind of step away from it.
Yeah, but something I kind of learned like within the past few weeks is like just do other shit.
Okay.
Like if you like it, it's like I think Drake says something like this. Even though I don't listen to Drake a lot, but I like his music sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Time and place. There's a time and place for everything.
Yeah. You gotta be in the mood for it.
Exactly.
I mean? But I was watching an interview I think he did with the people at Tidal.
Yeah.
And it said that like sometimes he doesn't even make songs for like days, you know?
Yeah.
Like I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he said that he made a song like maybe once a week as opposed to every day.
Yeah.
Because like I kind of get it, because like, bro, if you're in the studio every single day, trying to pump out music, you're not really living, you're not really experiencing.
Okay.
Like, because music, in my opinion, the way I do it, I gotta live it, I gotta feel it in order to like make it into a song. So I feel like if I don't live, if I don't experience it, then you can't really force it. That's why like sometimes I just go outside, hoop.
Yeah.
You know, when you hoop outside or like go outside, you kind of like think about things.
Exactly.
You know?
Absolutely.
And you got to write things down, because you can think about it, but if you don't remember it, it kind of
goes away.
Yeah, you got to take notes at a time too. You know.
Damn. Okay. That's interesting, man. That's awesome. You know, I mentioned to you a little bit at the beginning of the interview how I first discovered you. When I reached out to you, I told you I saw you through TikTok. You know, almighty TikTok is kind of like how you see a lot of things, man. And I saw you.
Wait, can I say something?
Yeah. Go ahead.
The funny thing is, I never use TikTok, bro.
Really?
Like, I never use it. Like, I only post some freestyles.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I'll be on it just because I'm bored.
Okay.
But like, I never use it as a way to push my music. Okay. But lately, I've been trying to like push myself to do it, because I see the results. Like, for example, you.
Yeah.
But there's people I've never seen, never heard. Because primarily my fan base is on Twitter. But you know, I gotta start using it more.
So. No, it makes sense, bro. I get you. I just recently joined TikTok this past year, and you know, I was the same thing. I was strictly on Twitter. Then I kind of did the YouTube thing. But Twitter's always been the go-to, but I started reading on things, and like, you know, people's like, well, TikTok's kind of where it's at. You know, there's a lot of more eyes on it. And so if you want to get your stuff or whatever you're trying to do, you know, kind of use that as a platform. And, you know, it worked out. I mean, that's how I first saw you. And like I told you, it was the where you had the MPC and you did the beat switch, right? I was like, shit, that's fucking cool. I jumped from there.
That's one of my favorite videos too.
Yeah. I jumped onto your Twitter, and then that's when I saw that you had the album, and you know, the rest was history. I kind of just jumped in from there. And so I noticed that you had the MPC, bro. How long have you been chopping up beats and trying to produce your own stuff?
Well, it's not called the MPC, it's called the MPK, because the MPC is like a piece of hardware. Yeah. I want one so bad, bro.
They're pretty pricey,
right? Yeah, it's like 2,000, 3,000, something like that. Or if you're lucky, you get it for cheap.
Okay.
But you know, it's called the MPK Mini Mark II.
Okay.
But it's like a MIDI keyboard for my producers out there. Yeah. A lot of people have them, but it's pretty cool. It's basically like an MPC in terms of the pad and the keys and everything. But yeah, it's pretty useful if you just want to track drums or like keys. But yeah, I've been using that. I want to say maybe since I was junior in high school, so maybe like 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
It's kind of broken. Some of the keys that don't work, but the pads, they all work, so that's all I need.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's enough to get you by
whenever I want to. Yeah, because I like Jay Dilla. He's one of my favorite producers of all time.
Nice.
And Madlib too. So like the way they give it that natural feels, that's the approach I go when it comes to my music, you know?
Bad, man.
That's why I love chopping up things.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I love that kind of style too, you know? Being from the West Coast, bro, you mentioned you're from the Bay Area. I see the hat. Who are some of the artists from the West Coast that you could say are some of your favorites? And no particular order, no pressure, just kind of just mention some that...
all time or right now?
No, just either way, man. Right now, some all time, don't matter. No particular order.
Damn, that's a lot. I want to say the great. Let's say the greats. Let's say the greats.
Right,
Tupac, even though he was from the East, but he still embodies the West message. Tupac, Ice Cube, Dre, Snoop, Easy, E40, most definitely.
Okay.
Mac Dre, G-Eazy, even though he's pop, I like how he represents the Bay and everything.
Oh yes.
That's a long list, but that's way past 5.
It's just a few.
Those are my core, you know.
Okay.
No ranking or anything, but
yeah,
you know, I admire those artists and what they've done for the culture.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah. You know, so some of the greats and a little bit of the older ones. What about new school guys? As far as West Coast, do you have a few that you listen to?
Sure, J-Walk. That's my boy. We're actually working on a song and everything. So yeah,
cool.
J-Walk, Nimson. I'm naming some underground artists.
Yeah,
aren't really there, but I want to show them like Nimson, J-Walk. There's this singer. She's like R&B. Mm-hmm. Virgo. One of my friends' homies.
Yeah, she's
pretty good. Who else? I don't know, cause it's like the Bay Area. It's like a lot of hip hop, but it's also a lot of rock.
Yeah,
and R&B. So it's like kind of hard. But I want to say Mozzie, even though he's not underground, but he's like, this is time right now. All Black. Yeah, the boy's been doing this thing. I don't know if you've heard of the boy.
I haven't. I haven't.
But yeah, you gotta check him out.
Sure, I'm taking names now, bro. So I'm gonna check out all these guys.
The boy, you gotta check out. He's like probably the heavy hitter, really? Along with Mozzie and everything.
Bet, man.
Yeah, they're doing their thing right now for sure.
That's awesome, man. It seems like a new crop of just fresh artists, just gonna try to put you guys on even more. That's awesome, man. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. As far as the names that you mentioned, like, what would you consider your style of, like, more to? What do you kind of lean more to, like a more vibey, a more storytelling, more like a lyrical prowess that you have in you? What do you think you like to lean towards more, or do you like to like dab into everything?
Well, personally, I have no limits.
Okay.
I try to do that as much as I can, because I just love experimenting. Like I be listening to the Beatles, Sinatra, a whole lot of shit. I be listening to NWA, Dre, just a whole lot of things. But like, in terms of my sound, I wouldn't say it's regional because like we kind of have the Bay Area kind of has this love relationship with the Detroit. They exchange sounds and everything.
Yeah.
So we kind of, people say we sound the same, but it's really like give and take. Like it's all love for Detroit and everything.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say my sound is regional, but it's more West Coast type of thing. It's more vibey, more soulful, I guess.
Yeah.
Without the actual soul that people associate soul with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's very, I guess I want to say from the heart, you know?
Yeah.
Whether it be over some jazz chords or some pop chords or some rock chords, blue chords, anything. As long as it comes from the heart, that's me, you know?
Right. And you obviously got to be satisfied with the end product, right? To just kind of release it to the masses. Feel you, man. I feel you. Being as young as you are, man, and as motivated as you are as an artist, how do you find the balance to do both? Is it kind of tricky for you? Is it something you're still kind of like finding the balance, or have you figured out the method of, you know what, you still got your personal life stuff and you still have your artist stuff? How do you kind of work on that? I've always been kind of interested on how an artist works.
How do I balance my personal life and music?
Yeah, bro.
It's hard. I'll tell you that. Because currently I'm still I'm at a community college at JC.
Yeah. Even
though it's not a big college, I'm still trying to get my A in audio engineering, just so I can know how things work in terms of a studio.
Hell yeah.
But it is hard because sometimes there's times where your friends invite you to places and you can't go.
Yeah.
You got things to do. You got business to handle.
Shit.
Whether it be online or just on your own music.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you gotta give yourself space.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do, because people are not gonna understand. People are not gonna see the vision that you got.
Absolutely.
As long as you execute and do it your way, wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I think finding balance is kind of hard, but eventually you'll get it.
Right. I think I'm
kind of like on limbo with it, but I'm still.
But it makes sense, man. Like I said, you're so young, but you're still trying to find the way, and it makes absolute sense. I definitely feel where you're coming from, man.
Yeah.
I want to get into the album a little bit more now.
Tears
in the Rain. Where did the concept of the title for the album come from?
Well, Tears in the Rain. So you see the cover. It's like an umbrella next to the Bay Bridge.
Yeah.
So basically, how do I say? It's almost like, let's say you're swimming in the ocean.
Okay.
You shed tears, all right?
Yeah.
the tears are just gonna go in the ocean. No one's gonna notice that those are your tears.
Yeah.
So when you're shedding tears in the rain, people don't know if you're crying, and people don't know if it's the rain.
Right.
So basically, what I'm trying to say is that the message is that even though you're going through pain, people may not notice it, or just like let's say you got a friend, he looks all fine and dandy, you know, he may be going through it. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why this whole album is, even though people say it's kind of dark,
Yeah.
you know, it's very emotional.
It is.
I like to say that everyone has that piece of them that, although many people do not know how you feel or how you are, how you truly are, I feel like everyone has that side of them, and that's why I was trying to represent with the album, you know,
Absolutely,
especially
bro.
with that February 20th song, you know,
Yeah.
and with the title track "Tears in the Rain." It's the beat switch of kind of like summarizes and put a conclusion to that whole idea, you know,
Yeah.
like helping others, because you never know what they're going through.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like we could be smiling, but on the inside, it's a whole different thing going on. And
Yeah,
you know, a lot of the time, I love that concept, man. It's very deep, and I definitely didn't see it like that. But it makes sense now that you bring it up with the songs that you have on the album, the cover. I think it's awesome that you bring that out, man, because it's important for us to voice that out and not hold things in. You know, it's always good to reach out, regardless if you think someone looks good. It's not gonna hurt you to be like, hey, man, everything good? You know, talk to me, vent out. I think it's always one of the important things in life. You know, you want to make sure you get everything out.
Yeah, I think often the people who laugh a lot the most are often people trying to distract themselves. You know, like I saw this clip from Pete Davidson saying that he does comedy as a distraction. You know, because he's really going through it. I've seen interviews where he said he's thought about dark thoughts. You know, so that's why he has comedy as an escape. It's like many people have like the musicians that I know. They have it as an escape because the real world is pretty fucked, you know?
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. And I think we're starting to see that come to light more and more as of recently, the last couple of years, you know, people with mental health issues. And, you know, where before you really hear it, but you would listen to an artist's song and you would hear the message they were trying to convey. And it's like, man, but, you know, they're living this glorious life. They're doing pretty good themselves. But on the inside, it's like, hey, you never know what's going on in the real world. And, you know, like, the first time I kind of saw that it affected me in a big way. It was the loss of Chester Bennington with Linkin Park. I was a huge Linkin Park fan, still am, and that's when I was like, shit, man. You know, things aren't always as they seem.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I wanted to touch on your album cover. You brought it up right now, and I had that was the next question leading up to it, man. You know, I think nowadays album covers are pretty like hit and miss, and a lot of people gravitate to making sure that, you know, the art they're consuming, they focus on the album cover. And I just want to say, I think you did a great job on getting that album cover and really making it resonate with what you were producing on the album and the message you were trying to convey. I thought that was pretty dope, man. You know, I noticed the black and white tone to the album cover and then the Bay Area bridge in the back. I thought that was pretty cool, man. I want to give you props on that. Is that something that, you know, you thought of, or something that you had to work with someone to create? It just happened, or
it kind of just happened, like, because I had a lot of ideas, because I make my own graphics and everything. I didn't make that one, but I had those tons of rough drafts that I had, and I wasn't satisfied, because to me, when I listen to albums and everything, it's kind of like, if that, you know, I'm pretty sure you can relate to this. If the album cover doesn't match, you know, it kind of throws the album off a lot. Like, you gotta. It has to tie in like
it's
in
the complete art, bro. You know, I agree, man. Yeah. It's the art as a whole.
Yeah, it has to be. In my opinion, I think it has to be like one thing. Because, like you said, it's the complete art.
Yeah.
Like if there are two different things, and or the title doesn't match what you're hearing, then it doesn't really make sense. That's why I feel like album art is one of the most crucial things when it comes to dropping an album, along with the track list. Because if the track list is off, it's not gonna be pretty cohesive, you know?
Right. The balance is definitely gonna be off. I agree, man. I definitely agree. I wanted to bring some love onto that intro, man. When I first heard it, it was like that's all it took for me to like get immediately hooked. You know, I don't know. You know, I like the way you balanced it with that like harmonic hook you start off with. You know, and then you really throw in that verse in there where it kind of hits, and it really, like, I hate to be that guy, but it really like threw me back to like, it gave me like a J. Cole, Forest Hill Drive, For Your Eyes Only type of vibe, man. It's just like really put me into the album, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, this is gonna be good. So I just let it play from there. But that intro, man, it definitely hits, and I think it's like a perfect start to the album.
Even though I can't really sing like that,
No, man.
The whole point of that intro is like, you know, I'm trying to bring you in and trying to get you like, tell me how you feel. You know what I'm saying?
No,
or which one to do, which one to be in the future.
Yeah,
it's kind of like reeling you in. Like I'm asking you, are you ready for this trip? You know, I'm about to show you my idea, my perspective. I want you to join it too.
Bet, man. It definitely works, man, because you could definitely hear your emotion in that when you're asking on the line. It's like, yeah, this shit. You know, you're about to get into some real shit.
Yeah.
I like it, man. On Sacrifices, you know, you mentioned that song too. I think your storytelling, man, it really comes out on that song, and it's, you know, sure. I think you wrote it pretty good, and you fucking executed it. To be honest,
I did write it. Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, I feel like, you know, even though it's a storytelling track, and you know, I don't know if it's just me, but I kind of feel like it's, you know, it's not the type of typical like song or mainstream that anyone would kind of gravitate to. But I feel like this song in particular, even if it's a storytelling song, it's still one of those songs that very accessible for people to dive into and really listen to it and actually take the message out what you're trying to relate to. That's how catchy and how good I think that song was.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
She cut out.
Did it cut out? Shit, man, my bad.
Yeah, I didn't hear the question at all, bro.
No, it wasn't a question. It's just kind of more of like, I was kind of explaining how, you know, even that it is a deep song and it's very storytelling-esque on that matter, I think it's still a very accessible song, even though a lot of people, you know, don't always gravitate to that kind of style, but, you know, they want more mainstream. But I feel like even fans like that would be able to gravitate to that song just because of how, you know, how powerful it really is.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Let me get into the next one here. I mentioned February 20th, and you mentioned that one too. I gotta say that's one of my favorite songs on the album, bro. I think that one's probably my favorite one, just because I mentioned even the first half, the beat switch to the second is just, I think it's an all around complete song, man. Would you say that that's probably like the proudest song you made on that album, or the one that?
Yeah, I think that's the heart of the whole tape. Really? I think so. The outro I think is very crucial. Mama's Boy is very crucial as well. But those three Sacrifices as well. Yeah. But those four are very like, you know, they hit. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion.
No, like, absolutely, man. Because I had that. You know, go ahead.
Oh, and I'm just saying, like from a creative standpoint, I think those are the heavy hitters. Yeah. Those are the ones that, like, the album would not be the same without just 4 tracks. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed. I got you. And I had that written down next, like February 20th, and then you have Mama's Boy, like God and Blessings. Like you really finished the album like super strong, man, with some like deep tracks there, and like I don't know, it was like a hell of a way to go out, you know, and finish the project.
Yeah, thank you.
Like, you know, you just said it yourself, man. It was an incredible run of tracks there to finish the album. You know, I wanted to tell with a project such as this, with the amount of messages and stories you shared. And, you know, it's obvious the body of work that you pen on this album, it stems from like your personal living experience and years from your young life. When would you say the writing for this album truly began?
I don't know. I mean, I want to say about 1.5 or 2 years prior to the release date.
Okay.
Because I Can't Cry, that song.
Yeah.
I think 2 of the verses are from a while back. And I was just like, damn, I gotta have some shit. Because like I was going through a writer's block, you know?
Okay.
Like, oh, let me see if I got something to examine or change, or see if something lights a spark in me. And I found those verses like, oh shit. And I was like, I was saying some real shit.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, it could fit the theme. And I was like, I used it, made the beat, and just like that, it just fit to me. But everything else, under a year, I want to say.
Really?
But yeah, because it was just like more like a culmination rather than I'm gonna get this done. It was just like I let it grow, and that's what it became.
Okay. Let me get into this one. I think on the album, you know, it's obviously very jazz inspired hip hop album. Would you agree?
Yeah, of course.
And was this always your goal from the get go, bro? Like, did you know that this was gonna be the sound you wanted to do for the album? Did it lag again? You good, bro?
Yeah, I was just about to text you, man.
Yeah, it stopped on my end. It paused, but did you get to hear the question? You want me to go ahead and repeat it?
You said if I had the sound in mind.
Yeah, like as far as the jazz, like, you know, as a whole, the album is very jazz inspired. I think from beginning to end. Was that your plan from the get go? Was that the sound you were aiming for the album?
Yes and no, because I knew I wanted it to be soulful and very emotional.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I know jazz, and I love jazz too. That's just like, it's my favorite genre of music aside from hip hop. But so yeah, for sure, jazz. This next tape that I'm working on is very jazz centered, but it dabbles into more funk, you know.
Okay.
But for the most part, yeah, I had an idea of what the sound, because when you make an album, you want it to sound not the same, but you want it to be in the same realm, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, once I made the first couple tracks, I was like, all right, I think I know what I'm doing. And then
awesome.
I went on to complete the album. You know?
It's incredible, man.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. So, like I mentioned, I felt like you did a good job because it felt very cohesive and very balanced, man. And so I'm curious to know if you had a certain producer that you leaned towards more for this project, or was it just you strictly?
It was 50-50.
Okay.
You know, I'm a big fan of sampling, you know?
Yeah.
So like I be digging in like all over. I be buying packs, you know?
Yeah.
Like Kingsway, Frank Dukes, he got some amazing samples. Like he just be making the most random shit. Like, if you chop it up a certain way, or if you get one of his compositions and do and flip it your way, it's you could really make something special. That's why I'm a big fan of Drum Broker and Kingsway. But yeah, I want to say I produced half.
Yeah.
And then the other half is just culmination of things I found on the internet, you know?
Damn, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, thank you,
bro. Next up, I'm just gonna finish it off with just some very, like, etc. random questions, fun questions here, just to kind of make it cool, bro.
Sure.
I did watch the YouTube video of your performance at I guess it's called the Chabot College.
Yeah, it was like a performance, but it was, you know, because it was like my first time.
Was that your first time?
Yeah, I mean, it was like maybe 10 people there.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it was a performance, but, you know, it was my first time saying it out loud to a public.
Yeah. Yeah. How did that feel, man? I wanted to ask you, like, tell a little bit about that.
I'll be honest with you, I was nervous, bro. Because, like, bro, I had like maybe 1 or 2 days preparation.
Yeah, shit.
So I had to make the set list. I had to edit it together.
Yeah.
If you watch the whole thing, I made like transitions. I think I went from Funk You Up to an unreleased song, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I had to make it all fit. And at first I was like, oh shit, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it in 2 days.
Yeah.
So but then I did it. I don't know how. I just through repetition I learned the song. I'm not gonna be honest, much like a lot of other artists that I know, we don't memorize our songs most of the time.
Damn.
Because it's hard. Yeah, because when I mix it, I memorize it. But after a while, you know, because it was, I want to say 3-4 months after the album dropped, something like that, because it was the summer, and it dropped in spring. So, yeah, because I don't, sometimes after it drops, I don't really listen to it because I'm off to a new new endeavor, a new segment of my life, you know.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll listen back to it, but yeah, I just kept practicing, and when it came to the day, I was running through it in my head, had my AirPods on, trying to memorize everything, you know, boom, boom, boom. But and the funny thing is, I kept messing up.
Oh shit!
Like I'm at my house, and then like bread and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna fuck up. But when I went on there, like it's like, all right, this is it.
Yeah.
It's like that sixth sense just comes on. You're just like locked in. Like I was having trouble with my breathing, cause like, you know, when you're rapping, hella, it's hard. And then when I went up there, just like that adrenaline kicked in, boom. I didn't lose a step. I think only one time throughout, I think Funk You Up, I messed up. But I played it off. I started freestyling. Yeah. So like, oh shit. They didn't notice. I asked them after the show, like, did y'all notice? Hell no. Nah, they did. So, you know.
Nah, you were locked in, and I gotta give you props on that. That was cool. For your first time.
The last song was actually the hardest too, right? Because it was just rapping, no breaks. I just that was crazy, bro. I'm glad you checked that out, bro. Yeah, I know a lot of people didn't check it out, but it was a lot of work that went into that, bro.
No, I bet, man. I bet. Going forward, you think you'll be a little bit more prepared for your second one, as far as like getting the nerves out? You think so?
Yeah, because I just had to break the ice, you know.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how I was supposed to hold the mic. I was watching videos and shit, but I didn't know. But when it came to the thing, I was like, all right, I got it.
Yeah, we're here now. You just gotta make it happen.
I think my next performance is gonna be tighter though, for sure. I'm gonna give you that because this time I was kind of stiff. I was like, I wasn't feeling it because I was nervous. But the next one for sure.
Yeah, you make that stage presence known, man. I'm sure you do all right.
Yeah, for sure. Bro.
Looking ahead to the upcoming year, bro, is live shows like a consideration for you? And if so, like, what are some cities or specific venues in your area or in Cali that you're looking forward to? Do you like to cross off your list?
I for sure. Well, it's because I haven't done like a real show. It's because I don't feel like the music I have right now is performable type shit. Like I could do it, but are people really gonna, Yeah. I think the way, I'm not sure, but from people that I've asked that perform stadiums and shit.
Yeah.
Like they always say hit them with something that their first listen, because first impressions, in my opinion, I think if you don't got a good first impression, you're gonna lose them.
Yeah.
So I think I'm still waiting on that my next tape.
Yeah.
Because once I have two albums out, I'm gonna have a lot to pick from. But I think it's just also a lack of opportunity because I gotta take advantage of that too.
Yeah.
I'll be getting too jittery and shit. I think I gotta get more like break out of my shell,
be
more active.
I get
you. Just like the regional performances,
Right.
But I for sure want to do my hometown, Oakland. Just all around the Bay for sure, SF. But I think I'll get that real soon.
Nice, man. I'm sure you will, man. I want to ask you. You obviously stated some of your favorite artists from the past. What would you consider your favorite era of hip hop to be?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know it's tough, man. I know.
I don't know. 80s was really the beginning.
Yeah.
90s is really supposedly the golden age.
Yeah.
Early 2000s is hella slept on. I'll tell you that though.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the best, but it's hella slept on. You got Eminem, Jay-Z, Kanye.
You got some gems there. Hell yeah.
Yeah, three-headed to go right there.
Yeah.
But then 2010s, that I think since I grew up in that era, I want to say it's the best.
Yeah.
But it's just like comparing MJ and LeBron. It's like you can't really compare them.
Yeah, different
they all have
eras.
Their own unique style.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But personally, just being hella biased, I ain't gonna lie. I think 2010s. Not only because it has my favorite artist of all time, Kendrick Lamar, but also J. Cole, big inspiration. Kanye, even though he started in the early 2000s, he's still going strong.
Yeah.
It's
fucking
Drake,
impressive.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drake, I think one of the biggest hip hop artists of all time.
Yeah. I agree,
even though people say he's pop, but
Nah, man. Drake's he's about it, man. You gotta nod your head to that guy. I think I'm like you, man. In regards to favorite era, I definitely get where you're coming from. You grow up during that time, so you definitely relate to it more. You start thinking of where you were and what you were feeling at that time, and those songs come in, and it's like it ties it all up together. Aside from Tears in the Rain, man, what was your favorite hip hop project in 2021?
2021.
You can just name the first one that comes in your head and one that stood out to you.
It's tough. I'm not gonna lie with this pandemic shit. Like I've been losing track of the years.
Bet.
So Call Me If You Get Lost. That's 2021, right?
Yeah.
No, that one for sure. That's Tyler's. That motherfucker spit.
He does, spit. Man. And I'm glad he kind of like showed that out in this album. Made it a fucking raw hip hop record.
Hell yeah. It was like a mixtape.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Honestly, it wasn't even an album. It was like a mixtape.
Yeah.
With a concept. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think I like the off season, but the thing with that is that since it's trap, it's not really my thing.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy trap. I feel like with J. Cole, he's still dabbling in it. He's not at a master the sound of trap.
Yeah.
I think his best album personally is Forest Hills Drive or either For Your Eyes Only.
Yeah.
I like For Your Eyes Only just because it's more sentimental. You know what I mean? Especially with that title track. It's just fucking amazing, bro. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's gonna be Call Me If You Get Lost by Tyler.
Bet, man. Makes a lot of sense.
I used to think on him a lot, but I heard it.
Yeah.
And I heard Igor. And I heard a lot of early shit, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
This is it, right?
Yeah, Tyler got it for sure. I agree. Good.
Definitely.
Like yourself, you mentioned Kendrick, man. I'm a fan of Kendrick too. I gotta ask the question that always gets thrown around: is it Good Kid, Mad City or To Pimp a Butterfly for you? Which one?
I'm gonna have to say. I mean, I've thought about this a lot.
Yeah,
I've had debates with my brothers, my friends.
Of course,
it's gotta be T-Pab, in my opinion. To Pimp a Butterfly, because that's where I'm not gonna lie. That album, and For Your Eyes Only,
and
Forest Hills Drive is where I got inspiration for this album, Tears in the Rain. That's like I was listening to a whole lot of stuff. Also Tribe too, because Jay Dilla as well. But those really set the standards for my tape. It was, I love those albums so much.
Yeah.
Although I don't want to say that my album compares to those.
Yeah.
I want to say it was very inspired by those.
Yeah.
No, I love T-Pad.
Yeah.
Oakland City, all of his albums. It's just, they're amazing.
Right. I had to ask, bro. You know how it is. I had to ask.
Yeah. Of course.
That's cool that you.
I love Gam too, though. I love Gam too.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
It's cool that you mentioned that, bro. Because when I first heard your album, if I take it back real quick, the first thing that I went straight to my wife. I'm like, hey, listen to this intro, right? Just listen to this with me, and this fucking blew me away. And I tell her, I'm like, look, before you listen to it, I just get this vibe that there's obviously like a J. Cole and Kendrick inspiration, man. I just want to say kudos to you, man, because that definitely comes out on the album, man. Like, the first thing I told her was like, hey, like this album for a first album, this shit blew me away. I was like, this kid's this young. This kid got a long way ahead of him, but I mean, he's gonna accomplish some pretty cool shit, man.
Yeah, I still got a few strides to cross, a couple bridges to cross, but I think. Humbly speaking, I think
bro, you're on the fucking track. I'll tell you that much, man. I'm sure. I'm sure you'll reach wherever you're trying to go to, man. And earlier you mentioned how you're very artistic, and I was gonna ask you, outside of music, even though I know it's probably running through your mind like on a daily fucking basis, I want to ask you if you have other hobbies outside of it that you'd like to, dabble into or use for entertainment purposes.
Well, I really love basketball.
Yeah.
I'm not a basketball hype. I can't fucking play in the NBA. Or I can't play that shit. But I love playing it. Soccer too. I love playing. I actually play.
Oh shit.
On the weekends.
Okay.
With my friends. But aside creatively, like I said, graphic design.
Yeah.
I just love like creative shit. Like I like feeling proud about something. Like oh shit, I made this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like also something that requires hard work.
Yeah.
Anything that requires like. Something that it's more of a feeling,
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to explain it. I'm not very articulate, but
no, you're good, bro.
I just like a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
In terms of like whether it's drawing, sports. Right now I'm very into the football. Oh, football as well.
Okay.
The Raiders, that's my team.
Who's this?
Baseball.
The Raiders.
What?
Who'd you mention as your team?
Oh, the Raiders.
Oh, the Raiders. Okay,
Raiders.
Gotcha.
We don't like the Niners, right? Well, there's some people who do. My friends do, but I'm a Raiders fan.
Okay.
Even though they're in Vegas right now, they're hard as hell in Oakland.
I agree.
That's
man.
the way I see it.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Definitely. As someone who's just beginning on their music journey, respectfully, I know you've had your 6 years, but you just got your first album out of the bag. Mm-hmm. What advice would you give to another aspiring young rapper, man, that's trying to make it out there?
Just keep going, bro. Because back then I used to get like, oh, you rap, bro. Like they would say that, like
yeah,
they would hear my music and they wouldn't think it'd go far, but even though I'm not at the level I want to be.
Yeah.
I say just to keep going because I could have quit any time. Sometimes I feel like quitting.
Yeah.
But you just gotta push through and persevere.
Absolutely, man.
Because like everyone starts somewhere. Like if you listen to old Kendrick songs, he sounded like Jay.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to my old songs, I sounded like Logic. Because at one point he was my favorite artist of all time.
Yeah.
But
nice.
But and them too. But it was just more. You just got. I want to say just work hard. Dedicate yourself to it. Don't listen to the haters.
Yeah.
Even though they might put up realistic situations in front of you, like, oh, no, you know how hard it is to make it or something like that?
Yeah.
Just keep working hard because the way I see it, hard work overpowers talent,
Right. It pays off.
Yeah, you can be the most talented singer, but if you're not putting in the work, then,
I agree.
Or you can be the most talented rapper, but if you're not putting in the work, then where's the soul at,
Absolutely, man. Like you said, I think your motivation will take you far if you just keep at it. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
In any thing you want to do,
absolutely.
whether it be drawing or writing or just directing movies or whatever,
Yeah.
You just got to hard work. You got to be working hard.
Yeah, believe in yourself. As cliche as it sounds, it really that's what it comes down to, man.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the East Bay Express article I read, bro, that covered you.
Oh, you read that?
Yeah, hell yeah. You had a quote that stood out, and it really helped me resonate with you even more in regards to being like the best of all time, and an attribute that pretty much like all MCs like get imprinted in themselves. And the art, what you said was, if anything, I just want to be the best version of myself, and hopefully others can see themselves reflected in that. And I really thought that was fucking dope, and it really goes back to what you just explained. I thought that was real cool.
Yeah, bro. I mean, everyone wants to be the best.
Yeah.
Like, even though like I said, even though like I don't want to be the best, I do, like, subconsciously you want to be the best. You can, but like, as I'm fine with me being the best version of myself. You know, like I'd rather be true to myself than be fake and the best. You know. Yeah. I think as long as you're you and you're doing what you love, you work hard and you're dedicated, I think you'll be fine. Because at the end of the day, we're all gonna die someday.
Yeah.
We don't remember people from 2 centuries ago. So most of the time you don't remember. I say you want to live life to the fullest and just experience what you can and just do what you love.
Absolutely. Given this wisdom that you have at such a young age, bro, combined with the drive and truly your personality based on this interview. This great first project, in Tears in the Rain, I can confidently say that this rap game, the music thing, bro, it feels like it's more about the overall message that you're trying to push out and remaining true to yourself in the process. Like you just clearly explained that. And which further shows just how beyond your years you truly really are, man. I just want to say that. And man, I think you're on the right path, man. I definitely
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's a lot of work that goes into it.
I bet, man. I can only imagine. Before we bid farewell, man, I want to finish the interview. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time from your day to sit down and having this conversation with me. Just some random fucking kid from Dallas, man.
Of course. I love doing these
greatly
things.
Appreciated, man. You've been professional with all this right from the get-go. When I first reached out to you, you've been nothing but friendly, and I really appreciate it, man. And it's opportunities and experiences like this that motivate me and propel me to keep doing, and trying to reach my dream and what I want to do, man.
Now you did a great job, bro.
Man, I tried, bro.
You did good, bro. You did your research. I love that. When people do the research, bro, it feels good. I
appreciate that.
People are actually watching.
I appreciate that, brother. That's one thing that I'm still learning, and it just didn't happen. A few years ago. A lot of true journalism. To me, that's what it comes down to. Like research, the people you're studying, you're researching. Do your research and let the rest pan out. You know what I'm saying? So I try to put my work. I try to put my work in. Again, bro,
you did great.
I appreciate it. Congratulations on the release of your first album, bro. I know I mentioned to you before. You most definitely contributed a gem of a project to the hip hop game. I want to tell you, as long as you are, and really looking forward to what the future holds for you, man. And I'll be keeping an eye on your work, man.
Real soon. I'll send you some stuff. When it drops, I'll send you. I'll give you a little preview or something.
Shit, hell yeah. Send it over my way, man. I'm all ears and eyes, man. For sure, brother.
Of course. For sure. Multiple. All I'm gonna say, my message to everybody's watching, if there's, I don't got many fans, but I want to say, I'm gonna shoot for 3 projects this year.
Shit.
That's all I'm gonna say. 3 projects.
Hey, we're early in the year, man. Shit.
No promises, but I'm gonna put the work in. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Man, we're ready, man. We're expecting it. We'll be looking forward to it for sure, man. I know I will. And, I'll share this to the masses. And, bro, I wish you nothing but the success, bro. Nothing but success.
Sure, I appreciate it, bro.
All right, man. With that being said, we can end it right there, bro. Thanks for your time again. And
it's good.
We'll keep in touch, man.
It's good, for sure. Hit me up if anything, bro.
For sure, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you.
It's good. All right, bro.
All right, later.
Walking my shoes, so sicker than flus. But I ain't having retro shit, my game was nothing new. A little homie to himself, quiet youngin' on the shelf. Watching from the outside as I learned what others failed and failed. Wasn't popular for shit, go and pop one for the kid. Let's stay on that yapping shit, even then I'm relaxed as shit. Fuck them if they hatin' though, I'ma be the bravest though. Greatest with the cadence though, with a gated home in LA ho. Right in my city, I'm proud of my city, I'm tired of pity, I'm gone. This my song, this my anthem, in the zone, no time for tantrums. Get your Benz up or go home, it's the final frontier. Don't try to front here, I promise if you true you'll get near to the finish line. So as I finish this rhyme, witness the grind. Never be satisfied, just live your life, the sun's outside. But even when the sun sets, be the one to contest. Cause ain't nobody holding you back, it don't matter what's next.
What you wanna be in the future?
Tell me how you feel. Why you hide your tears, baby, do it? Why you hide your tears? Why you hide your tears?
why you hiding. Tell me how you feel, 'cause you ain't not alone.